Hey everyone, welcome back to my new series where I dive into some classic anime series that we all know and love, or maybe one that you haven't seen just yet. In the last video, I asked for everyone's help on a name for the series. I decided to go with Anime Rewind. Thank you to everyone in the comments who helped me create the name. Today we're checking out Dirty Pair, more specifically, the TV show that started in 1985. It's one of the series that people are still talking about over 36 years later, so let's take a peek.
Music start!
I talk about my love for classic animation often, but just because it's an anime from the 80s or 90s doesn't mean it's perfect, right? Getting presented with the same strong girl fights crime trope can get old pretty fast, just like any other trope. Dirty Pair right off the bat almost seems to fall into that trope due to its classic 80s animation style, but I love it when I'm wrong because holy shit, this anime was made for me. I mean, to the point where I was watching this show and thought to myself, maybe I secretly wrote this anime because every joke and sassy remark feels like something I would say.
ほら見なさいよユリ、このたくましい腕、まさに女の中の女だわ。ちょっとやめなさいよんなこと。
To set the mood a little better, this series takes place in the not-so-distant future 2138, where our two main characters are Kei and Yuri. I heard someone once refer to this anime as a space opera, and that seems rather fitting after watching it. Kei and Yuri work as agents for the 3WA, which is basically a mercenary company that gets hired to send out agents to deal with issues all over the galaxy. Within the first few episodes, all I can think of was, what in the actual hell is happening here? You watch them take on their assigned roles and odd jobs, or, to even save some people, but in turn you see them leave a mass amount of destruction in their wake. It made me laugh at how much they destroy their surroundings to complete just a simple mission, which appears to be the norm for them, thus how they got the name Dirty Pair. They try to correct anyone that says the name, as they like to go by the Lovely Angels, but it's a common theme to see that never come to fruition.
Dirty Pair. Huh? Lovely Angel!
Kei and Yuri make for the perfect yin and yang pair. Kei is more of the hot-headed, kick-your-ass and ask questions later type of gal. She's loud as all hell, but she's a great shot and throws a mean punch. Yuri is, yep, you guessed it, the complete opposite. She's the girly girl of the two who loves to light up the room with her cute looks, but that won't stop her from whipping your ass if you cross her, especially if you make her late for a date. And with that being said, I can't tell if they love fighting more or finding their next hot date.
いいじゃない。私のよ。私の。
Okay, it's definitely their next hot date, and that sounds kind of lame at first, but the writers deliver it in such a way that makes you burst out laughing. They're so open about it and what their type is.
胸毛生えてます？
面白い質問だが答える必要があるのかね。
比較的大切なことです。だって私胸毛嫌いなんだもん。
What really rounds them off is just how intelligent they are. They're always finding a weird way to resolve an issue, and while people at times try to dismiss them as some cute girls with guns, it's just not the case. They're assigned missions that only they can take care of or that others have completely failed at, and that's not a coincidence. The combination of their high IQ and combat training are what set them apart from the rest. They also have a couple really cute sidekicks that appear throughout the series. First we have Mugi, the ginormous cat that acts as many different things, a mode of transportation, a gunner on the ship, and even at times a pilot. Fun fact about him, he's scared of rats. Then we have Namo, who's a cute little robot that wears boots. She can repair a lot of mechanical issues along with collecting information for the Dirty Pair. Together, this team sets off on some pretty entertaining adventures. It's important to note that each episode is very monster of the week, meaning they aren't really connected to each other and every problem is usually resolved at the end of each episode. So this isn't really a series that I binge watched but took my time with. It's a great show to be able to watch one episode at a time and not feel like I need to watch all 26 episodes before the sun rises. Without giving away too much as always, the story is unique in a lot of different and enjoyable ways. While it definitely has its generic moments from time to time, and honestly that feels rare too, I'd say it's absolutely worth any old anime fan's time. There are a few episodes where they touch on some heavy subjects, but they deliver them with ease and understanding. Hell, there's even an episode that got me emotional over some rats if you can believe it. Monster of the Week shows don't always hit that right, and I'm happy to say that Dirty Pair doesn't disappoint in that department. The series is a great balance of fun and badass episodes, but also makes sure to hit home with reaching its audience on an emotional level that isn't just, again, generic as all hell. The world building and futuristic look alone should draw most viewers right in because everything just feels unique and like the artists spent their time making sure each new world or spaceship is handcrafted to 80s perfection. I mean 2138 perfection. If I were to even have the smallest complaint, it's that the volume of the voices can get much louder than the overall anime, which can be very jarring at times, especially when it's Kei yelling at Yuri about something. It's not a huge problem, and maybe it's just an issue with my copy, but it definitely threw me off a few times. I'm old, okay? And the last thing I'll touch on is Kei and Yuri aren't perfect. They fight like cats and dogs at times, they don't sugarcoat how they feel, and sometimes it almost seems like they're gonna split up. But then you watch them do what secretly best friends do. They have each other's back when they can't defend themselves, and they do cute, wholesome things for each other without the other knowing. It just feels more relatable and realistic, you know? Because obviously, anime is real. Kidding aside, if you're looking for something new to watch that's actually really old, give Dirty Pair a shot. On top of this series, there's actually a lot more content out there for you. From several OVAs to a novel series, a manga, and another anime series, you've got a lot to keep yourself entertained with for a hot minute. Plus, a Kickstarter was recently funded to get the anime dubbed again, so there's even something to look forward to once you've completed the series. If you decide this anime isn't for you, at least take a look at these ridiculous episode names. I feel like a lot of these titles would make for some very horrible motivational posters to put in your office.
またチャンスがあれば一緒に仕事をだな。もしよければだな。
合格ナイスガイ。
えい。
As always, thank you for stopping by and watching my video. I plan on getting into the OVAs and the other series later on, maybe even comparing the animation styles because they seem to be pretty different in their own ways. If you have a suggestion on what I should watch next, you can hit me up in the comments below or on Twitter. And until the next space opera, I hope your day is a little less explosive than the Dirty Pairs.